So, hello guys, welcome to everyone, and it is the INBL Pro Showdown. This is today tournament of $200, and here we come with our first game. With that, our plane just took off right now, and this is the first match as we are going to witness on, and this is the match which we are going to watch on. That it is a rondo, so everybody know if it is a random match, we're gonna see some recall teams, the recall fights, like the cluster that's being formed in a various area. That is really important for the team to tackle on. But okay, we have our playing field right now, and you can watch on where the players are being dropping in, and what is the thing they are going to be collected, and where the players are going on, and which other team that they're going some sorts from. And yes, guys, it's your boy from the Nitin cast, and here we are, guys. We are really glad to welcome you all. And okay, at the initial, don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. That is the various uh, small thing among the various. And here the teams are drop to the location, and we are just waiting for the teams where they are going to get some fight or not. But that is the really important thing to work on, guys, because here comes the knock from the player. That's really important. The team Indonesia, they're doing really well by the beginning, and I can see the aggression. That is really exciting. And what about all the players? Here comes a knock again from the Jetax that I was working on, and the twisted mind. They must need to like cope up with the players that they have in their field, and if they can do that things, that really important for the teams. And okay, we are waiting on the teams if they're going for the first blood to the teams, and that is really important. Here comes the live stats, and you can see all the teams that are being engaging in the fight. That is really exciting on this situation, and we are working on for the teams where the fight is being placed on. And guys, we can see the BXC that are trying to like go on with the Eagle VESC Sports we have here in the factory area with the huge cluster. That is really important thing to watch on. But okay, we are going to ask the player where the fight is being going on. And guys, we are waiting for the any initiation from the teams. That is really important because we have the Gremlin Strom. Okay, really complicated name, but okay, we need to pronounce it. And here we have the team member. They don't have any initiation for now, but they're waiting, so I guess so. And let's go for the team hyper if they are here. And the team hyper, we have the Danny Sports right now in the moment of fight, and I guess so there might be any initiation right now. And Danny Sports, they're just waiting. I can see the new teams in the INBL tournaments, and with that the EVE gets out from the team hyper. That is really amazing. Okay, and that we are waiting for. The KEX are also having fight here, but the EVE will try to tackle on with this hard situation as the Vinas just went for the support by recalling the teammates, and that's the real important thing to work on. And let's go, and here comes a knock to the reflex. That is really exciting by the players, and we have the Seppa Pro 19 that he's trying to tackle over the players, and he is the only one player that have one elimination from his team. And guys, they really wait for the teams to be fighting on. The miracles are also in the moment where they can have some fight with the DE as we are talking about the new teams. And here comes the GT with an elimination right now, and they have the three teams left. And let's check who is the man that was standing and gone for the recall tower. But I cannot see any of the player that's gone for the recall tower. And here is like knock from his team, and he's just reviving that. And with that, we're going for the 52 esports where they are, and they might be tackling out in the situation. They are the slot 4, and let's check on them what they're doing. The VXC are also here nearby the teams, and they're coming with vehicles, and the moment of initiation can be placed on really quick if they can go on. Here comes the shot, and the player WBB is knocked, and another player is also knocked. And here comes complete elimination to the 52 esports. That is not good thing, as it is a demising and sad for the teams that they cannot collect some points in the match of Rondo. That is really important to watch on. But here comes knock to the LF LOVINS, and with that we have a player that is just recalled, or he is being recalled, and he's waiting for recall to his team. That is might be an important thing to watch on in this situation. Here is the team hype at the Eastern Esports, And these esports, they are in the moment of gathering around the factory, but I think so they must need to rotate as they have all the player alive, but they do have only two eliminations from the teams. And what about the HUNNU esports? They are also in the test track, and I can see a player just been going in front of him, and I think he will get a slot in that zebra crossing. I am waiting for the Soya for the firstly like initiation, but he's trying to climb that staircase, I guess so, but no, he just went by that behind that bus. But let's go. Soya have so much angle that he can knock the Hugh Kwang, but he's not trying to initiate. I don't know why. Maybe something is happening to him. He's not trying to go for the initiation right now as he's the solo player in that test track. Okay, guys, we can see that GT Sport just going for a shotgun, but Golden Esports. With that, we are searching for any of the elimination, any of the initiation from the teams. Here comes in our screen like 3 minutes left for the next one shift. Now, guys, here comes the initiation from the golden ticket, and a player that is not is being like urging for the revive, but I don't think the MAQNA will go for the revive. He is trying to trick that player that is on the off player by grenading. Okay, the hyper come from behind from the Eastern Esports, and here is a knock to the player. I don't think he's going to be revived in this situation as we have a next player that can recall him, but KZ is also revived in this situation. Okay, they all have 4 players alive in this moment with HS as we're talking about. And the player that is being here, the Soya, is the one and only player. He's not trying to like waste his recall. So he is trying to wait to the player if they can get some elimination point or not. After the fight of the KEX and the Eastern Esports will end. But here comes the elimination to the MAQNA Esports. We have the two teams here right now in this cylindrical shaped compound. But here comes a spray by the Iftar, and the player is not knocked, I guess, but the Kim10 is securing the elimination of the Danish Sports is knocked right now. But beside that, the XAVIER with XAVIER have the one and only player Dion. He's trying to move on for the recall. But what I'm saying, the Action Esports already being present in this recall tower, and he's waiting for the other team that he can come so. But during the moment of the vehicle, okay, he don't know that player of the Action Esport. The scream is here, but okay, wow, what he's doing. He do have a great angle to knock the day on, but he is just surviving in the situation. The Danny, the Nate, we have him right now to tackle on the SS that we know as the HUNNU Esports. But here comes a grenade. No any initiation from the teams, and I think the nade will not be waiting for the teams to be initiated. And what a mistake from the player of the HUNNU. He's just trying to switch his angle, but he don't know that the nade T is like having an eagle vision on him. And we have the silent crew nearby us. And we have the Reiki really closer to the player, the DE, and he comes with the revive, and the BXC are also trying to tackle down for the players, but I don't see any other team being like in trouble. But I can see that 5MX player, the miracle one, will try to tackle the Beauty and Gangster, but they couldn't. And some rotation from the BXC is being coming up, but we have 17 seconds left for the next one formation, and multiple team, they are just like being out from the lobby from this match. That is really important. And here comes a rotation from the GREMLIN, I guess. Whatever the action is put, if they gone for the recall to the screen or not, okay, we will check it later. But we are going for the teams of the team Indonesia, and I can see the GT is trying to rotate by in front of them, but we just converted to the next circle, the stage 2-1. That is really important, and the round of matches, the circle is being closing sooner, and the radius, or if talk about the diameter, is really small as compared to the other matches, as the rondo is very small, and the player must need to cope up in the situation, as they can have any of the fight. It might be in the rotation, it might be in the compound, or it might be in the cluster area. That is really important to watch. But you can see the circle shift. It is the real shift of the circle that is being placed in the same diameter by decreasing its radius in the center of the first circle. There is no any left right movement by the circle, but the various teams that are trying to enter the zone are really good. And here we are moving to the KEX, as we can see that player is converting his convertible to a proper sedan. We have 3 players left from the key. The Danny Sports we have right now, they don't have any of the players being remaining inside of them. But in spite of that, the EV is trying to have some fight with the CHEEZIOUS. That's really important to watch on, but it was a single player, so it was easy to knock him. But here comes the whole squad. They're trying to go on nearer to the teams, but CHEEZIOUS just knocked that player, and he's trying to grenade to the MAQNA esports, and he don't know that the grenade is coming over him, and the damage is not being placed on. But who is he? Okay, he's just traveling by that vehicle as a rocket. His speed is not countable, not measurable. Here comes again grenade from the Samir. Okay guys, we can see the team of the Kabul that they are trying to tackle with again to the Saini Sports. But here comes a shot to the player, and the next one that we talk about, the right ox, he just saved his teammate. We know X. The Silent crew, they are also trying, and the Kabul is just rotating and the compound where the Silent crew is already available. And here comes the rotation, but they are just avoiding the fight with the Silent crew, and the Beauty and Gangster, they are really late for the zone shift, and his player is being knocking by the blue zone. That is not good situation for the teams, as we know. Here comes the shift of the next zone, and we can see multiple of team, they are not inside the zone. That is not a great area, but I can see the BXC that he is going for a recall to his teammate inside the zone, deeper to the zone. He might be recall his teammate, but after all, when he need to go on in the playing zone, it might be a great challenge for him. But what about the other fight that are being going on? We need to check on them. But the golden ticket are being placed in the edges, and they are trying to check on the player if someone will try to rotate from inside the zone. That is being really aggressive, And here comes the knock to the GK and TY and J is only the teams that are even available. The GSM player is really doing well. Okay, here comes the spray from the Game 10 and the CJC store. They were unaware of this thing, and here comes the shotgun damage. But okay, after knocking one player, he just knocked from the Makan, and the final elimination by the Iftar is being placed by the CJC Sport as the one and only player. The Galaxy was being alive, and here comes the Samir that he is dead, and he just like lost his both recall, and the handsome and Raze is being recalled in this moment. And with that, the SAHIN Sports, they have the 7 elimination for now. That is really great for the player in the first match as they're collecting with the new teams that have the new strategy and new moment of play. But you can see the team EV as they are tackling out the shots to the SAHIN Sports. And here comes the say that he's trying to rotate by making a smoke wall. But I think ZZ to have the idea where the player is being rotating on, and here comes the push from the EV Sports, and they just went to the compound to push on. Here comes the knock. My god, the SAHIN Sport is trying to have this trouble on their head as one by one, EBE just finished all of the players from SAHIN Sport, and they do have like 6 elimination in this moment. And the team Indonesia, they are trying well, and they do have that capability to dominate the whole map. But beside that, we have other players that have great skills that they can go for a final elimination for the teams, and that is really important to watch on the D Sports and the Eagle V Esports. They did well in this moment. And what we're talking about the XAVIER, they have the 4 elimination right now, and the Sushi is being knocked by eliminating one player. But the 5 miracles that we're talking about, the Overthinker is being alive here, and the 5MX is being with 1 elimination in this moment, and 2 player of that team is being dead right now. With that, the 2 player must need to watch on to the other players as the DXT on is going for the push, and the player is knocked, so there is no any trouble. But here comes the next vehicle, and the 5 is trying to knock the player, but unfortunately here comes a shot from behind, and he is dead right now from the KHABUL Esports. And we are converting to the 9 teams right now, and the zone is being shifted, and the player just made a cluster in the last zone shift. That is really uplifting situation from the teams, and the multiple elimination and the multiple domination is being placed on your screen. You must need to watch on, and here is the next zone circle shift. You can see the EV Esports is only the teams that is being in the center of the zone, and other they are in the blue zone or they are in the past zone circle. And here comes, we have like 8 team left, and the race for the placement point, the fight for the placement point just begin out. Let's take KHABUL. They have all the player alive right now, and with that, the silent crew, as we know them as the regular player of the INBL esports, they must have that ability to recognize the player skills and terms that they are going to match on. Here comes the finish to the Ryu, but we have the 3 player alive right now as PLWS, the WSW, Zyrot, and players is being alive from that team. Here comes a knock to the Reiki, but the Suke is not trying to stop his grenade against the teams of the KHN, as we know as the KHABUL Esports. And here comes a knock to the Win Oaks. I was not expecting, but we have the Right Oaks right now, and the Zai Right Oaks. Oh my god, how many Right Oaks are there in the team of the KHABUL? but the both player are trying to fall back and do some utilization of the grenade. That is really important to watch. And for the silent crew, as we're talking about, they are just being closing into the teams, and the one and only player, the Suke, is being alive in this situation as they are in the loss of two. Okay, I guess they will be the loss of in three players, but the Reiki is revived right now. With the EV Sport, they are coming closer to the teams for the initiation as we are converting to the top seven teams. The like ending 1 and 1 placement point is being placed to the teams that is being eliminated in the top 8 1. And we have the top 7. Let's check on what the player will do. Silent crew are also waiting for the teams that are being in this last circle. That is really important to watch them. But the team, what about the team Action Esports, as they're just grenading for the KHABUL. But here comes the team Indonesia. The BTRZ is trying to do that elimination for the team of the KHABUL, but it was not possible. As we can see, the team Indonesia, they are outside of zone, but they just entered on. And here comes to the spray to the EVE. But only we are converting to the top 5 team. That is really important to watch on. That I was talking about. And the EVE scores just left us right now. And in some while we are going to have the winner chicken dinner from the teams that can collect 10 point and the kill point that they collected in the round matches. And then we have 4 matches left. Irengal Miramar, and again the Irengal and Miramar, as you know, the Irengal match that is going to be the second match of this tournament, is most of the favorite matches of the players, favorite map of the player, that they can have a better skills that can be helpful for the teams to tackle on the situation. And the team Indonesia, they're not going to be stopped in this moment, as they are the unstoppable in this round of matches. As we can see, they have the 13 elimination and the 2 players is being allied from that team, and one is knocked. That is unexpected, and the Jetex must need to go on for the elimination or go for the recall. He don't have any of the options. Okay, guys, welcome to the final elimination, and the winner will chicken dinner by the teams JC, GREMLIN, Strom. That was amazing. In the first match, they just collected the 10 point with their elimination point. That is really important to watch on. But at it is the first match, we are only going to see from for like to the match fragments of this matches. We have 19 total of the elimination from the teams of the Germlin, and we can see the GSM Lucasi with the damage of 850 and the elimination of 5. Treble utilized is 9, as it is the first match, but the utilization of utilities, it seems like it is the last match for the players, as the number of utilities, the grenade core, the molly core, the smoke core, that are the things from the throwables that is being utilized in this situation in this match. And beside that, we have the Reflex with 3 elimination, Memo with 5, Faisal with 6 eliminations. So all the players that are being available from the to the GSM, they just done well. And here comes the player summary. Right now we have the 6 elimination in this moment from the JTAX with from the team Indonesia. And with that, we have the damage of 11,091 from the MEC, from the MEC team 10Z, and we have the ZCGSM Faisal with 3 elimination from the grenade. The utilization of utilities being placed on really quick, and with that we have the kill distance of 369 meter. That is longest in this match, and travel distance 14 km by the Nox. Here comes the team H2S in between the JC Germlin, Strom and team Indonesia, as the Germlin do have the 19 elimination in this matches and 15 by the team Indonesia. If you compare about the damage, the GC Germany Strom do have a greater damage as they have the greater elimination also. Here comes the match for summary. The 135 total knock is being placed on in this matches. 4 airdrop being looted. 27,000 total damage is being placed on, and grenade elimination. If you talk about 2 grenade elimination, that is really used in this matches. And if you talk about the longest distance elimination, it is 369 meter, and 130 meter, 130 total elimination is being counted, and 15 headshot is being dealt, and 13,504, 5,546 total heal is being placed on this match. And if you're going to other match data, here it is. As you can know, the JC Zermaline do have the 19 elimination and 10 placement point that make them to collect the 29 total point from the match. The team Indonesia have 20 point, Action Esports 13, Cakes with 12, Eagle V, ES Sports with 11, Kabul with 9, Silent Crew with 9, and rest of the teams that you can check on by pausing your screen. And we are moving towards the overall fragger in some moment. Okay, here comes the last prize. But is the overall fragger. As we know, the Jetex with the 6 elimination, Faisal with 6, Yama with 6, Case with 5, and Suke with 5. So there is a huge competition over the overall fraggers, as we know. And we are moving to the highlights, guys. You guys will wait. We'll be back in a moment. By the way, our plane just prepared the took off, and here comes the next map that we are waiting for. It is the match 2 with the Erangel, as we know, and we are going to watch on all the players that are being joined in the slot and where they are going, with situation they are trying to tackle on. That is the really important thing to watch on. But okay, here comes the plane path from the Zarki. I guess it is Zarki. I'm not confirmed, guys. Let's check on. And yes, guys, it's going for the. Okay, it's the Primox. And by the Primox, it's going for the Severny. Directly, it's completely straight flight right now. And the players, they are dropping as quick as they can. And here we can see all the players that are not being able to drop. They are trying to select their location, as you know. And here comes the landing from the player. That is really important. And we can see the team Indonesia, they just dropped in the Primos as we are expecting, as the teams, they do have the like listed location where they are going to drop, and the 52 esports are playing by split. And I can see one player, they just are dropped in one compound, another one compound, and another one in one compound. But I can see the kiddo, he is just gone for a vehicle, but at the last moment there was only a vehicle called motorcycle. But okay, he's trying to search on beside this breeze area if there is any of the buggy or sedan or any of the UAs. So okay, the winner chicken dinner teams, they're trying to initiate with the players as we know them. Where are they, man? Okay, the GREMLIN Strom, they just had like 10 placement point in the previous match, but they are not going to stop here as they are going back to back for a push and elimination for the teams. Here comes the silent crew, knock off the one player, and hey, okay, they just put a knife, and the complete elimination of the silent crew is not being placed on. But I can see the only two of the players being alive from the silent crew. That is Balzaza and the Asireki. With that, the team HUNNU esports are also trying to tackle on this hard situation as they are getting some fight over the teams. But we are not stopping here, as we can see the back-to-back fight is being mentioning on. We are going for the final elimination of the silent crew, or we are going to check that if the two player will try on to gather that 4 kills from the teams. But the CHEEZIOUS esports, they are really aggressively pushing on to the DE. DE is trying to do well, but I cannot see the luck is supporting them, or they might not have any great strategy for playing on in the angle. And here comes the knock to the player, and the finish is being secured right now. Here comes the domination by the Samir from the CHEEZIOUS esport. CHEEZIOUS esport, they are doing really well, but the Dan esport, there is only one player being surviving, being like walking on his leg, and other his team, the Trang XIX, being knocked, and there is no any chance of being revived in this case. But I can see the team of the Kabul, they just coming through the Rozok area, and they do know some firing is being going on, so they just went and stopped for the check. The Vex Ryu really went closer to the team. The CHEEZIOUS esports are being dominating the teams of the DE that we know as the Danny United. But along with that, that is the important thing to watch on, if the CHEEZIOUS esports will stay in this situation or not. And here comes like a fallback by the teams of the CHEEZIOUS esports, but the team Kabul, they will looking for the teams, and I think the revival is might be possible of the Trang XIX if he will go a bit quicker. And like here I can see the moment from the last player attack is going to recall, and here comes a knock and finish to the team of the SAHIN esports, as we have only 2 players being alive. And here comes a sword gun initiation, but he June 11 just knocked one player. But with that, here comes the final elimination of one team of the Eastern Esports. Along with that, the Twisted Mind is trying to come on through them. The five Miracle are also looting in the compound area of the CJC Sport. They just already went for a good drop location, and they do have a safe situation in this moment. But the team Indonesia are none the teams that are going to be weighted in this situation, as they are trying to initiate with the Twisted Mind. But I cannot see the Twisted Mind being directly pushing over the team Indonesia. But I can see that the Twix Lock is being holding that compound, and that is a really fine thing for the players, as they are getting shot and they might be here for holding that to get some safe area. But I can see the Rosemary, he is trying to go on with the teams unlock. Okay, here comes the knock to the Jihad. But the Team Indonesia really went for a external push by the teams, and here comes a knock for the Rosemary, that he was in the open, so there is no chance, no any complaint for the play. But I can see the Yummy is trying to rotate and go for with the flank angle to the last remaining player of the Twisted Mind. But he is also trying to gather over the knocked players, and I can see he just grabbed the vehicle and he's trying to move on. But here comes the spray. I'm waiting for the spray, guys. Where are you? Why are you not spraying? But I can see two players being knocked and one player is being reviving and one player is being waiting for the initiation by the teams. And here comes the shot from the opponent teams. That was really interesting, but I can see the team Indonesia being dominating to the Twisted Mind, and they just completed the elimination of the two teams in this area without going anywhere. Where are the team, the Golden Tickets, and they are in here in the Melta, but there is no any other opponent that they can go fight with him and collect some kill or elimination points. But guys, we're waiting on to the action esport and in the boatyard area, but I don't think any of the players that are here. But the Lovins also don't have any of the elimination. With that, if you talk about the five miracles, they are already being placed in this school area, but they are okay. They are trying to loot over behind the school area, where there were like four compound and the two warehouse, if you remember. And it was a clever rotation by the five miracles. But the XAVIER are not going to wait for the players to become on, and here comes a push from them also. But there is zero elimination. They might be coming from the pushing key as being expected, as being predicted. But I cannot see any of the like initiation from the teams of both, like some firing, some shots, some firing is being heard, but I cannot see any of the team being closer. But it can be a moment of the third party, as we have another player that's coming from backward area, the behind area. But the main problem is the in front teams that they must need to tackle on the five miracles, as they are already being placed in the situation. So they do have a great knowledge, but I can see the DXD on where are they? The five miracles were getting sought, but it was not a complete initiation by the teams, as we are waiting again. But I think so it will take time, as the Xavier Esports just went on through this location and they know that being placed on in the open area without any cover is the elimination of their team by themselves, not by the uh, opponent team. So they just went for a good place where they can have some safe fights. But we have looking out through the action esports that are being already in this place, so they do have that capability to hold on if any of the push will come for the teams. But let's check. I'm gonna see any of the elimination from the teams as second zone just shifted out, and we might have the team being closer to each other, and we can witness some of the fight. But let's check on the map feed once again. Yes, we are talking about that thing, and here we can have that team being rotating in the situation, and we can have some of the fight during the rotation areas. The Lovins are trying to go on, but I can see a complete elimination of a squad right now. But here comes a vehicle elimination by the team Lovins, and they have the 5 elimination as they don't have any, but suddenly they just collected a huge number of kills, and the team GT just went for the lobby. As we can see that the CJS Esports is also being available in this area, and the one player is knocked, that is raised. But the rotation strategy is going well, as we can see there is the players of the lobby that is trying to take over the players of the CJS Esports. But here comes a knock to the 7S, that is really important to convert this match toward the CJS Esports, toward this fight toward the CJS Esports. If not, the Lovins are really able that they can get the whole squad being dead. And here comes the knock from the Galaxy as is the second player available from the teams, and we just see out a great fight with the Lovins and the CGC Sport as the Lovins being eliminated, and they are just dominated in the situation. And with that, we have the engineering. Amen. The team of the Easy, they have one elimination right now, but I can see some players being coming throughout, and the 52 esports being eliminated. A player being eliminated by the of the 52 esports, and we have the only one player available from the 52 esports, that is the Torres, and he's trying to tackle over the single push, but he don't know that other teams of the engineering Amen were watching on the same situation, as they can know the need of backup is really important for the team members. But in the place of boatyard, the players are being waiting by the start of the match, and it's being 13 minutes, and we have some top of the teams being eliminated, but we are just converting to the top 11 teams, and we only have the 41 players. But what about the Kabul? They're just going for the Grozuk areas, and I cannot see any of the player that being available in this area. But there was the Miracle Esports. Ah, after a long time, they do have sitting in the same areas they were in. Okay, guys, the next zone shift is coming on, but I can see the 5 manacles. They are trying to practice in this momentum. But the Gremlin that were initiating in the initial moment, they are not trying to initiate in this moment of the boatyard. They are waiting for the teams. But the action esports are really close as they are being placed in by crossing the rivers. But they are searching on through the teams, and I can see the MAQNA esports that are really close to the team. of the Indonesia, but it might be a moment where the teams can get some initial fight here. But we are waiting on to the teams that they will go for a initiation or not. But I can see the Bosku is just escaping that situation. There will not be any of the fight. But I was talking about the team Indonesia. They just went for a push to the player and a complete elimination of one team, one player of the XAVIER Esports or the D XAVIERs. Team K Esport is being initiated in this moment and they just collected one elimination that is equivalent to 1 point with okay they just okay they got 3 elimination I guess, and the next zone shift is being placed on. You can watch on your game screen as the zone is being placed on in the Gatka area as you can see, but the teams of the K that they are in this apartment area that is outer of the blue playing zone, but we can watch on the push from the K Sports to the Miracles. And here comes apartment fight that I was looking for, and the K Sports just trackled on to the players as they collected, and they are able to defend the opponent teams. And the stage 3 circle is waiting for another shift. But along with that, we have the team Kabul. They are trying to initiate with the players that are being available in this area. As we can see, that comes short from the Indonesia, and they are just knocked on. The team Indonesia just collecting 11 elimination. That is really great in this matches. Okay, there is a complete elimination for that knock player. That is really important. As we have the Xaviers and the other teams are coming with the grenade and the other player from the grenade, and here comes the final elimination by the Indonesias, and the Indonesias the attacks was getting shot really huge shot, and comes the final elimination to the teams. The team Indonesia are also bye bye from this moment. They just went to the lobby. Okay, prestigious esports. And okay, guys, see this for this one and only player, this Samir. And the KEX is being alive in this situation, and the stage 4 zone just come on and just spammed out his damage right now, the zone. And we can see the players are being really like in some distance, and there is no initiation in this moment in this time, but we will have some initiation soon as the KEX just coming over, and they have that elimination. Like in the first match of the round, there was not a good initiation by the teams, but if we talk about now, they do have collected. So we can say the round was the practice match for the team of the KEX, and they are just getting through their forms in this moment. But the KHN, as we talk about the team 22, they're trying to engage with a great situation, but I think, oh, not the KHN, we have the engineering EM teams. They are being outside of the playing zone. That is not good for the teams as they're converting to the top team 6, as you know. So they might be, there is a single player, so it might be possibility of his elimination, so he might need to move for a safer area as he's getting shots from behind. And okay, guys, that I was talking about the hover zone just gone through that hard situation, and here comes a knock to the one Z. Okay, double Z, and here comes the knock from the mechanics to the teams of the EVE. But now in this situation, the EVE sports are not going to die this much easier, and they will do some tricks to trick out the mechanic sports and go with their elimination possibility that is being watching through me, and I was talking about that from the player Binas. Some sorts is being going on, and with that suddenly a grenade just spammed on, and the knockout player is being collected by the teams. Here we can go for the top 5 teams. So the team JC Zermelini Strom is being alive in this situation, I guess. So they are waiting for the teams to go on for the race of collecting that 10 point that they are collecting in the previous match of the Rondo. That was really amazing by the team of the JC. But let's check on the players if they are coming for the push to the JC or not. But I can see the team closer that is being placed on is the KEX, and here comes a shot from by the players of the KEX, but that is not really sufficient to knock out that player. But I can say that the Zermelini Strom is not that much a simpler squad, that much like easier squad to tackle on. Zermelini Strom do have that ability to go on for the fight with the EV, but they are trying to rotate, not to initiate in the fight. That is really important. But the Eagle VS, they have done really well thing that they just rotated in the time, and they can wait for the teams that are coming from behind. That must be the teams of the Germling. But as Dax and Esports were not initiating in the firstly zones, but they are trying to go on with the initiation, with the elimination and collection in this stage 6, as we can see here. The advanced sports are also waiting for the teams for the team K. What is going on, guys? And the team K is just waiting for the JC trying to move on. So, and here comes the spray from the 𝗜𝗡𝗕𝗟, and he just knocked 2 player in one spray. That is really amazing, guys. And the K's, we're talking about the K's. He's trying to rotate. He's trying to push for the JC, and okay, here he goes. The team Jesse do have the one player alive. The Faisal he need to tackle on and collect some point regarding his team as they do have the six elimination with that. If he can convert that point to 10, there might be a possibility of maintaining their position in the live stat and the overall standing as that it was. Okay, but not sorry. We need to say sorry as we have only three teams left from the players that is being joined with us, and along with that the fight situation is being really important and really much interesting in this match as I can see some vehicles of the EV so that they are trying to use during the rotation, but I can see that they might can get a engagement as the action is sport win here and the players just got knocked by the EV sports, and we have only okay we have two players left from the action esports and one is really closer to the team Sinanda, and here's come the grenade really closer to the team but it was a bit far so it cannot take any of the damage of Nanda 7-3. Along with that, if you go for the KEX, they are the teams that used a very exciting strategy as they are waiting for the teams to go on and then they are able to go on with their eliminations. Okay, guys, as we know, we just converted to the top three teams, but the fight among that team, you can see on how interesting it is being converting to. And I can see a player of the EV, but here comes a knock by the case, and we just converted to the two teams in this moment, and we can know the winner when the chicken dinner goes to home. If you guys know, please don't forget to predict in the chat section and don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. Well, along with that, your prediction can be right. And here comes the final elimination by the teams of the KX Esports. As I was talking about in the first match, they were trying to observe on the player strategies and possibilities, but we are going toward the stats, and we can see here there is 14 elimination from the KEX. That is really amazing by the teams, and we can say that this U2 do have 807 damage and 5 elimination. Kuromi with 1, KEK with 7. Yukong with 1 elimination is being seen in this matches. It was the when a chicken in starts, then we're going for the players. Somebody as we can look over the teams. We have the KEZ Case with 7 elimination and the topmost damage of 1041 by the CHG Samir. And one grand elimination is being placed on the BTR ZX. But the kill distance we talk about that is by the B8 of the 359 meter. That is really amazing. And the total distance travel is 15,000 kilometer by the KKs. And here comes the team head to head of the second match. We have the KEX Esports with 14 elimination, 12 elimination by the Indonesia. But if talk about the knock system, the KEX Esports do have the total damage of 22,036, but only 2100 damage is being placed on by the team Indonesia. But they really did well, really appreciating by the teams. We are going for the match summary as we have the 71 total knocks in this matches and 2 airdrop being looted, 15,443 and 3 grand eliminations being seen on 359 meter of longest elimination distance and 74 total elimination is being collected in this match and 14 total headshot 5298. And it was the match summary as we're going for the match data, guys. Here comes the match data. The KEX Esports to have the 24 point we collected in this match, and Team Indonesia have the 13. Eagle Bay Esports have the 12. Caesars Esports with 12. This is Strom with 10. Action Esports with 9. And rest of the teams you can watch on by pausing your screen. And here comes the overall fragger, the case with 7 eliminations. Samir with 5. 3 to Vovo with 5. And Jilhak with 5. Some Pasang 07 with 4 elimination is being seen in these matches. And it were the match data, and we're going for the overall. There was some glitch in the overall data, so we are trying to correct on them. Wait, guys, we are trying to fix. And here comes the overall data. The JS Germany Storm is being dominating to the whole table by 39 points, but the KEX Sports also trying to get on them, get to them. They only have the 3 point being really low, and they can do really well in this momentum. And we can know the team Indonesia do have their point. You can watch on every point, every single point by pausing your screen. And this is the overall data as we are going for the overall data, overall fragger soon. It was the match angle. Then we have the next match, the third match, Mirama, and you just watched on the overall standing, and here comes the overall fragger. As we can know, is the case to have the 12 eliminations and 12 elimination, and with that, we can see the next player, the BTR is with 9 elimination again, the 9 elimination from the Yemi. And with that, we have the order. This Pasang to have 8 elimination right now, and he is being placed in the road to MVP and 7 elimination by the SUY2. And it was some stats for this match, and we're going for the highlight section. You guys wait on. Hey guys, it's your boy again back to the momentum, and here we can see we just took off to the very third match of our today's game, and that is really important to watch on as where is the plane path? Where is the plane path in this Myanmar map? As we know, this Myanmar is the map of desert, and the team must need to tackle inside this desert area as they must need to source of all the utilities that they are going to found on in different kind of compounds, and they will have different kind of trouble. They will going to face the lack of vehicles in this situation, some of the elimination that is being really well in this moment, and the teams are going for the drop. That is really important to watch on in this moment. But here comes the initial elimination from the teams of the EVE. They are not going to be stopped here. They are on stoppable right now with that one player. They just gone for a sacrifice, and the Twitch Esports, they are not able to do well in this current matches. But here comes the elimination again. Here comes a knock again from the EVET1 ZZ. But oh my god, the player is going for the revive. But here comes a knock by the shotgun, and there is only one player from the Twitch mine. And here comes a final elimination to the Twisted Mind. Guys, you are not able to tackle out the EV sports. That is really important. But here we can see the team Indonesia are also being initiating with the teams, and here comes a knock from the team Indonesia's, and with that the 52 esports are also not the player being behind. They are also trying to tackle in this situation. We can see the overthinkers from the Miracle Esports. If you remember, they are really well players, and the 52 esports is trying to rotate with the vehicle, but the overthinker is being like trapped in this situation. But he's knocked right now. I was not expecting that much. Okay, we have two players left from the five miracles, and the TRX is trying to do some sorts for the players, but it is not possible to knock out that player in that compound because it is really being out in the situation. Okay, dear guys, we're talking about. And the 5-2 sports, they just tackle on this location, and they just finally eliminated the team of the Miracle Esports. And we are talking about the initiation that comes from the BXC also to the golden tickets. And here is the only one player that is being surviving in that panic room. But here comes the push. Oh my god, he's trying to get someone on the angle, but he don't know that the golden ticket have some additional angle in this moment. But the GT Esport, they also collected 4 elimination right now. With that, the AV Esport is trying to go on. The KEX is in the moment of the El Azhar, but there is no any of the elimination in the situation. But the team Indonesia, they're trying to go on to the LF Lovins, and there is only one player, the EZOR. Okay, guys, we're waiting for the 1 minute, and then again the fight will be placed on as the team Indonesia is coming really closer to the teams of the Lovins, and whole squad is being coming closer. But I don't think the team Indonesia do know that the Lovins is being present in the situation. If there is no food, there is no sign of the player being in the same compound. That is a moment of like a dilemma for the players, as they don't know, and they will, if they go for the elimination, it is really important, really hard for the team to tackle around. But I can see the several elimination coming on with the team Indonesia. They are being closer, but I can see the other players that are coming again. But the Germany don't have any of the initiations right now. But the team 19, as we know, as the silent view, do have the elimination with the Danny Sports, and here is the player in the open behind that vehicle, and he is trying to well, like connect some shots over him, but I cannot see any of the decision. And here comes an decision by the Suke. That is really unexpected by the players. KX are also out of the fight right now, but the DE Sports are really getting some shots, and there is the only one player. Sports is being Danny Sports is being really dominated in this tournament, in this match. That is not good. They might need to develop any strategy that can help them to tackle out this hard situation by the teams, and decided to are not waiting. And here is the random spray that goes to the JK, and here is the bye-bye to the Danny Sports again that we are expecting from the silent queues, and it is only the shift of stage 1, and the red zone timer is being going on. But I can see we just converted to the team 14 teams right now. Where is the KEX, as we are talking about? But beside that, the team Indonesia is being initiating with all the players that is being going on, and all of the 3 players are out of this compound. But I can see the action is good. They are not going to wait for that elimination, and the action boy that took action, as his name is action, he just took action over the team Indonesia. But the Rosemary is being sitting in that. But the Rosemary is being hiding. But here comes a grenade, back-to-back grenade by the Action Esport that I was talking about. But I can see a rotation by the team Indonesia. The BTRZ, they are just placed out there, and there is only 2 of them being surviving this situation. But they are trying to go for a push to the Action Boy. But here comes a spray from the Action Boy, and the both are safe, and the both will go. Here is the utilizing of the utility that is called Molly, but I think the player just got on to some drop, and here is the knock by the player. Let's go guys, I'm waiting for the knock. Here comes Molly again from the G-Hack, and G-Hack just being safe. But the team action esports, they just come for the backup. As I can see, the Nanda is being really out of that fighting zone. Are already waiting, and the player just knocked. We have the Goku that he's trying to go on with the like knock off that one and only player of the team Indonesia, but he is really being bleeding out right now, and he is really being low SP. And if the PNP Heng Vocal will go for the comeback, he will be successful knocking that play on. And I was going to watch on, but here comes the backup by the players from the backside, and the team is just eliminated. The Gokul just tried to confuse that play of the team Indonesia, and they are just dominated from the third matches. The matches is taking a pace where the players are being eliminated back to back, and the winner chicken dinner moment coming closer, as we have the 12 teams left. We have 1 minute left for the next zone shift. With that, the team DX are being the XAVIERs are being initiating with the teams of the HUNNU esports, and I can see the Khan being revive to the Dion and the SX, the last player, I guess so, and he's coming for boost. And here comes the vehicle boost, and okay, the team okay, Xavier just eliminated that player in the air. That was really amazing to watch on. But the D Xavier, they need to revive the DXV, but I don't think that might be possible. But we will check later on. But here comes a knock to the GT Sports, and the K is preparing grenade to do onto the Mikey arena. But let's check. But what I can see that being eliminated right now in this moment where the Golden Gods are also getting shots from the flying area, and the JT Sports are also doing some like elimination from the flying area. So completely equal situation for the teams, and the match timer is being map timer is being beginning in this situation, and the first set is coming soon. And I think we will convert to the top 10 teams in the second stage of the zone, but we need to watch on where the zone is. And as to the match of the rondo, it is the complete same zone situation as it is going to the centric approach, and the players, they are mostly inside the zone at it is the stage 2. They It's just like favoring the teams. But along with that, if you check on the players that we have and right now, they are not like going out of the fight. They are able to take on the fight as they collected a well point in the matches of rondo. So if you will do some mistake in this match of Miramar, there is no worries because we have two matches left also. But golden tickets are trying to revive their players, and here comes the elimination to the knock player of the KEX. And I don't think the number of player is being alive from the KEX, as there is two players. And here comes the knock to the Mikey. Okay, here comes a grenade from the KZ. I was not expecting a grenade from the KZ, but it was really amazing grenade as the player is just knocked, and the Fugo is also knocked by the GT Sports, and GT Sports just tackled around the situation and just collected 8 points in this moment, and we are just converting to the top 10 teams in this second match. But I can see next elimination to the EV Sport that is being engaging right now, and we have the only one player that must need to tackle the 4 player of the GSM, and the GSM player are getting closer. But here comes a Molly and grenade by the team 11, that is Germelin Strom, and they just come as the Strom right now, and they just took elimination, the complete elimination of the teams of the EV. But beside that, where are the other players that is being alive right now? Let's go and check, let's go and find them. But here is the silent crew, they're waiting for the CHEEZIOUS Sports. But let's go and check on where the player will be dropping in this situation where they do have the position being collected. The silent crew are the strongest team, as being mentioned previously, the silent crew. Guys, we are going on the CHEEZIOUS Sport. Where are they? If they are going for any elimination, or they are trying to escape by the situation, I was really confused. I am really confused. And here comes the elimination of that long player, the Galaxy. But Samir is also knocked. The Raze is trying to go on with the fight of the silent crew. Let's check on. We just converted to the top 9 team. The pace of the match is being really amazing, as the player mostly generally they are being eliminating. We are converting to the top 8 teams in between the stage 2 circles. In the past matches it was also the same, and now it is also the same. I can see some head being swung up by the silent reuse. Let's check on, as they are the 5 elimination, and there is no any of the loss by the teams. But here comes a knock by the Reiki to the player of the C at set. There comes a grenade again, and a player just going for a knock that I was expecting by the silent crew as they are really doing well. And there is only one player by the CHEEZIOUS Esports, as that is the handsome, and he's trying to get some grenade, get some shotgun shots to the opponent, but it was not that much sufficient to knock that player. But I can see he's trying to escape the situation, but I don't think the silent crew will be able to leave him. But here is the final elimination for the GGS sport, and that I was talking about, that we are converting to the stage to circle, and we might be converting this situation to the top 8 teams, and it is really right. We just converted to the top 8, and the race of the placement point is being going on right now. We have the 52 esport that has been closer to the golden tickets, and it is the match of Miramar, as you know, and we have 2 matches left again. Okay, guys, we're talking about, and here we just converted to the top 8 teams that we're talking about, and the 52 esports we are watching on, and there is the next zone shift that we are talking about. And we can see the zone shift right now, and the players are being really far from each other. And I don't think we are going to look out any of the fight here. Okay, the GT sport that we are talking about, and they have the 9 elements right now, and they are going to initiate with the teams of the 52 esports that we are watching on. But let's go on the other teams. If they are, we have Okay, we have the MAQNA esports right now in the compound, where the teams of the 52 esports are trying to come on, but we can see how the damaged vehicle is being placed on there. But the KHABUL esports are also being alive. The Axon are also alive. The GSM are really dominating the overall, as we can see. 39 total point from them right now. That is really amazing from the teams. Let's go and check on. Okay, this INBL Pro Showdown do have that much capability to collect all the players, that are being dominating the situation, as we know that the 52 esports is being coming so closer to the MAQNA esports. But let's go and check. Here comes the loot vehicle, and I don't think the WBB is going to sort on that vehicle, as the other player can know his locations. But where are the other players? Let's go and check. They actually supposed to have the 5 elimination right now, but they are not going for any of the engagement right now. But the GSM that we are talking about, that is being really amazing, really being aggressive in the stream matches. Okay, we can see the Lucasi being practicing how he can go for the elimination. Okay, guys, we're talking about, and here we just converted to the stage 4 circle, and we can see the lesser player, the far they are, and there is no any of the engagement by the teams. But I think so. The GT sports, they are being eliminated, or they are being getting some shots, I guess. And yes, they are doing some fight to the silent crew, but they don't know that is the nearer player by the silent crew, as we can do a third part in this situation. But the silent crew are trying to take a look from a long distance. But let's go and check. They must need to go on to the playing circle, if otherwise they will get some shots during the rotation. That is a not good point. Okay, I can see the GT Sports is being firing on, but I cannot see any of the. But the silent crew just went for a nearer position, and they might get the idea of the rotation of the GT Sport, and they will try to get some sort to the GT Sport. And it is true, Sukesh trying to do some elimination to the players. But the silent crew is not being waiting in this situation, as the GT Sports really comes closer to the teams. And then comes the shotgun shot, but Suke is not able to tackle on the player. But the Vazi and the next one, the Reiki, they all are being traveling. They're just being placing in the vehicles. But the silent crew, they have 3 players alive right now. Okay, G Sport is being really closer to the silent queue, as there is no any of the okay, loss from the golden ticket, but I can see a knock again from the golden ticket that I was expecting the team will do that, and there is a domination by the golden ticket as well. Golden ticket is going for a push, I guess so, and here is the elimination by the GT by the vehicle, and I guess the silent crew is being completely finished. But okay, there is the Balza, who is gone really far from the team. Okay, the GSM, Jersey GSM. I guess this team got merged with the JC and GREMLIN. GSM are the other teams that are going for the PMGC, I guess. PMGO or PMGC. Okay, here comes the XAVIER Esports closer to the Jesse Zermelin Strowman, which is converting to the stage 5. That is very important, and the teams do have the point that they can go on and here is elimination for the other teams. And the MAQNA is supposed to have the 4 elimination right now, but they are waiting for the another fight momentum. But with that, we have the 52 Esports, and here comes the knock to the face. He's trying to do one, but not able to. Let's go and check on where are the teams that they are going to go on for the North. But the Action Esports really surviving this moment with 6 elimination. That is really amazing. They only have the 2 teams left in their squad. Let's go. The rotation is being finding in this situation. That is really amazing. And if we talk about the initiation is really well for the teams. And in stage 2, there is a complete silence by the teams as no elimination is being placed on. Oh god, guys, it is being a complete hurdle for the teams as we just stepped on to the top 5 teams. Let's go and watch on to the teams if they can go for a battle or not. I guess so. But the dominators as we know as the GSM is alive in this situation and they are going to survive to the last one, to become the last one, and they might be there for collecting the placement point. But the GT golden tickets, they have that position that is really great for the teams, and some smoke wall is being created by the reflex as they need to go on that compound, but there is no spray from the GT. But here comes a spray, but boost of GT is also coming to the player. The reflex is being dominated again and again. The GT sport is being surviving like they are reviving that player. But I can see the 𝗜𝗡𝗕𝗟 is coming for a grenade, and the player is really far from that door. Otherwise, he is being exploded with that grenade. And here comes explosion, but there is no any of the damage to the player. But there is no any of the push to the 𝗜𝗡𝗕𝗟. But the GT Esports, they do need to have the situation. The GSM is being really in the trouble as the one and only player. Okay, the 2 player Faisal and the 𝗜𝗡𝗕𝗟, the 2 player being surviving from the GSM. But Faisal should have that situation where he can knock a player of the GT. But okay, he just dropped his location earlier. But here comes a grenade to the team, and the Faisal is knocked right now. And the 𝗜𝗡𝗕𝗟, as we're talking about, but the GSM don't have that sufficient luck to survive in the situation. And the MAQNA Sports is being surviving in the edges of the playing circle with that. 2 players available from their teams and 52 esports. They also have the 2 players. But 7 elimination they do have, and here comes a Molly, but there is no any of the player. But the tourist is trying to check if there is any player as he has only 1 Molly and he's just on that. So he don't have any of the reserve at the last moment. So that is not good. But here comes a grenade from the WBB, and that was really exact that he can get knocked. And again he's trying to utilize his 2 grenade and okay. Let's check if we can go with the elimination or not. But the Action Esport that we are talking about, they have like 8 elimination right now in the situation, and they are trying to move on to the players to get some knocks. But 52 esports are also waiting. The Action Esport, the GT, is being really in the tough situation right now as they need to go on to the players, and I can see the Mikey that he just mid finish to the MAQNA Sports. But with that, the other player that is being really proactive right now, and I like that the Action Esport that they're trying to go in the circle, but John is favoring. but I don't think the GT Sports will favoring them. The golden ticket, and here comes a knock to the player, and it is a complete sandwich situation for that one of that player of the Action Esport, as we have the 52 Esports in this compound, and with that the MAQNA Sport have the only one player being surviving, and I think so. The GT Sport will be the dominating team that can get a winner chicken dinner in the match, and it can be changed. It might be changed by the strategy of the players if they can have any of the better strategy. I may be wrong. The golden ticket might have the winner chicken dinner. I am like predicting, but here is no any support of the blue zone, the 52 esports that we can see right now. Where is the point if they are going to want to go on? But JT Sport have three players being alive right now, and the 52 esports only have two players being alive. And at the last moment, he will get 6 point as the placement point, and the player and the team that is being winner chicken dinner should have the momentum where they can tackle off the 10 points, where they can get off, where they can achieve off that 8 point. That's really important. And the player is knocked. There is one and only player left from the 52 esports. And where is he? And here comes the final elimination. I guess so. It might need to be a good reflex by the teams of the GT, or they will going to leave that 10 placement point for that single player. And I can see there is the 1v1 to the teams, and here comes a drop shot, but that jump shot was not able to knock out the player of the golden ticket, and the winner chicken dinner goes to the golden tickets. Now the next moment is going to watch on the stats of this matches. That is really important as the teams are being really dominating uh by the beginning, but the GSM will tackle really good, and it might be a change in the overall standing as there is only 3 point difference. Let's go and check on the winner chicken in stat that goes to the golden ticket with 20 elimination, guys, and the GT, the Korean later player to have the three elimination. Mikey Rina with 7, Otigun and JR with 6 elimination, and the GTZ with the elimination of 4. That is really well. 20 point from elimination. It is a huge, and with that we have like 10 point from the placement. That really goes to the 30 elimination. 30 point being calculated in this match. And here comes the player summary. The GT Mike Arena to have the 7 elimination. Mike Arena again have the like greater damage 1109. Green elimination. We have two from the Mike Arena, Mike Arena, Mike Arena, and Mike Arena. It is the player. There is the four player from the GT Sports right now, and one from the DX that is registered as the longest distance elimination. That is 312 meter. And travel distance we talk about that is 10 kilometer by the OT Gun Junior. And here comes the team match to it, where we can see the 52 esports and the golden tickets, the two players that has been surviving the last circle in the Miramar match. It's really complex to have 20 elimination, but the golden ticket did well. And here comes that total damage of 3056 by the golden tickets and 15,093 heals, 17 knockouts, and 9 elimination from the 52 esports, 1782 total damage, 4 1782 total damage, 419 total hills, 8 total knockouts from the 52 esports. So what's the team match twist? As we're going for the match summary here, we can see the 71 total knockout from the players in this match and 312 meter of longest distance elimination. Airdrop looted, 15,014 total damage, 5,105 total hills, 8 grand elimination, 52 total elimination, 9 headshot is being dealt in this match. And here comes the match data as we can see. The golden ticket to have the 30 points collected in this match, and 52 esports have 15, Action esports 12, MAQNA esports with 10, Engineering MN with 9, Silent Crew with 9, JC Zermal in the Storm with 8, and rest of the team you can like watch on by pausing the screen, guys. Then we are going to the match trackers of this match, and then we are going to enter in the fourth match. along with you. And every of the viewer is requested to like and subscribe our channel. With that, do some support to our teams. That is really important. As you know, the support is really important thing to watch on. You can motivate your teams by commenting and giving a review to the productions and the management teams. But here comes the top fraggers of this match 3. We can say that there is a Mikey Reina with 7 elimination, Goon Jr. with 6, WBB with 4, GTZZ with 4, and the Go Kill with 4 elimination. And it was the match fraggers. We are going for the overall data. We are starting from the last page. It will appear soon. I can see the overall standing, the GREMLIN with 47. Okay. That I was talking about. The GSM have the 47 elimination and the Team Indonesia 38. And with that, other you can watch by pausing your screen, and it is the overall data of this matches. And then we are going for the overall fraggers, and then again to the highlight section, then to the next match. I think the match will start soon. Okay, that is the last page, and we are going for the top fraggers. As we know that the teams to have a greatest elimination, the Ks have the 12 elimination right now, and the Tax to have 11 elimination, and the Pasang with 10, Yummy with 10, and the Mikey Reina with 9 elimination in this matches. And we're going for the highlight section, guys. Will hope you are enjoying well, and we will be back again in some moment. Yes, guys, the wait again end and the match highlight just ended up, and we just placed on to the match number 4. That is Erangel, and then we have the next match called Miramar again. Same rotation for the teams, and in the Erangel matches, as we are talking about the team initiation and the elimination, that is really going well for the teams, as we just witnessed about the two matches, that is three matches, okay, and that is really being amazing, as the players need to have that much kind of situation where the teams can go for the elimination, as with the all of their best situation that they can create in this match, and there is a really important fight that we are not going to miss on. But let's go for the first circle shift, and then we're gonna know where the teams been going on. Okay, the first initial elimination that comes from the silent crew is really well, guys, and we're just dropping to our game section. As we can see, this elimination is being going inside the 70 area with the LV, the Lovins, and there is only three players that is being coming by the lobby, and here is the Amin that is trying to tackle to the silent crews, but I think that is not possible, as the manpower, if you talk about the manpower, the silent crew must have greater, and the Amin is just dropped some sorts, but he cannot knock a player, but he was trying to gather around the angle where that fired back to the players of the Lovins, and there is the only one player being left right now in the silent queue. They are just, oh my god, I can see the difference here. The GSM were trying to tackle over the Lovins. That is really amazing, because I was not supposed to have that fight really quick. And the silent queue, the GSM, the LVN are the players that are being allowed in this area. But I can see some of the elimination out of this compound also. But we are going to watch on, but let's check who will be the dominating player of this match. Okay, here comes the final elimination to the Novings, and one team again just left out the chat. And here comes a memo that is trying to push over the GSM, but let's check. Both teams are really amazing. Both teams are really amazing in this situation. But if you go to the CHEEZIOUS esports, are they dead? Yes. Yes, they are dead, but the D esports just collected 5 elimination in the moment. And if I remember, this is the compound at the side of the Rojok. And what are the player doing here? This much player are not expected to drop in the same location, but they are here. The KHABULs were coming from the Rojok, I guess, so because they have the vehicles, but the DE and the players of the HUNNU is supposed to have been placed on here, as they have different positions being collected. But talk about the Germany Storm, they are going for the knock points, and Memo is also being sacrificed by the Germany Storm. Let's check the GS Somlin will be fighting, or he is going to escape in this situation, but I can see that the silent crew have the 3 players being surviving, and there is not any complete elimination to the GSM, but the feds are just trying to like climb over that church, and the last player is being eliminated. But we are going again to the same area where the fight, where the cluster is being formed. In the stage 1, we are going to convert the teams to the top 10. That is really amazing for me, as the teams are being really aggressive right now, but the HUNNU esports, KHABUL esports, and the Danny esports, they are the 3 teams that are going to go for a 3-party agreement right now with knock to the players. And let's go for the Danny Sport, as they collected like 6 point in this stage 4 match. But I can see the players being really going for the close-in to the HUNNU esports, but the both player of the HUNNU esports is being placed in the double story, okay, in the span house, and they're waiting for the teams of the day esport, as they will come upstairs and get some shot through the Soya. But I don't think that is really easy for the teams to push on the players. Let's check on. The day is not trying to be that easy to the teams as the Danny Sports being going off. But we have the Natil that is waiting for the teams of the KHABUL and the SS, the HUNNU Esport being engaging by themselves. But let's check on which team is trying to go for the push. Winox will probably go for a push, I guess so. But the HUNNU Esport really going well. And here comes a shotgun damage again to the Duke, I guess. But the esport are trying to have that fight, searching for that location and come around the teams, and they are trying to get some third party agreement here. And it comes talk again to the players of KHABUL, and I think it is the complete elimination for that team. I never seen this type of third party in any of the compound. Here comes next push to the HUNNU, and there is only one player is trying to. Okay, it is a good knock, and again when he was trying to knock another player, it is really not well prepared. We just converted to the 12 teams, and if we go on to the Eastern Esport, we can see a next fight here. Oh my god, he's doing some pan. But I think the team of the 52 Esport might be alive in this area. They have the 2 elimination in whole and the loss of 1 player that we just already watched on. We already seen on. But the EV Esport also trying to go on with the Action Esport. As I can see, our longest elimination is being covered on right now, and the player summary will be fulfilled by the player of the EV Esports. We have 2 minutes left for the next one shift. I think before that we are going for the top 10 teams really quick. The Action Esports, they were just trying to tackle on the players as they are being in this really small compound. The Action Esports one player just gone for the backup really behind to the. Oh my god, what the teams are doing, they're really aggressive right now, and the Action Esports just going for the EV Esports, and one and only team, one and only player from the EV Esports, the Dragon 9 is being surviving in this behind this that I was waiting for, and the player from the Action Esports is coming for the next elimination of the Dragon 9. Well, let's go and check on as the Gokul is trying to spray from here, but the 313 just went. It's Cream. 313 just went for a grand elimination right now. But the 52 Esport, there is 3 players being alive, and the team was just converted to the top 11 teams right now, and there is 1 team being eliminated in 1 minute. If it is easier or not, let's check on. Maybe the team 16 is getting some damage. The engineering, man, they are out of the zone. But the next circle set is coming soon. Okay, the XAVIER, the team XAVIER is also trying to go on with the fight in the Sposinki area. As we can see, there is the team of the Hyper, the Eastern Esports that we're talking about. And no close in from the teams of the XAVIER Esports right now. They will try to handle the situation. Okay, the con did really bad. He was not supposed to do this thing as he get a great knock by the Eastern Esports. But here is the Susi. But the Eastern Esports are not going to wait for a push. And here comes a close in by the Eastern Esports. But here is the knock. Oh my god, what it is doing here? It is shooting a movie, I guess so. The DX team are really being dominated. The DX, XAVIER, and the last one just went really far from the squad, the V. And the Dion is trying to knock out that player that is being surviving from the Eastern Esports. And the grenade was really at the exact location, but it was not able to knock out that player. But I think the we will be able to do that grenade as there comes the grenade, and the team is not eliminated. Okay, there is one Dion being alive right now, and he's trying to take out that final elimination to the team Esports, and here comes the elimination to the XAVIER. That drop shot, that jump shot was not able to take down the SAHIN Esports as they can do for their surviving point. View. And we are moving to other map section, and here we can see the circle is being really big, and the player we have is really small, but between that we can see that the Hyper and the 52 Esports are might being closer. Let's go and check. That I was talking about. Hyper and the 52 Esports, they are being closed again. But the team GT are having some elimination. Okay, we just converted to the top 9 teams. That is really important to work on right now. But the Hyper, they get shot from the WBB, and it was a complete knockout to the Hyper zone. But I'm nextly waiting to the another initiation for the teams and the idol. And the teams just went for the knockout of the player, but the Asian Esports are not that much weak in this situation. As a player is knocked, but he is made revived, and here comes a knock to the 52 Esports and a complete elimination of a player. Victorious. And the Asian Esports just collected 6 eliminations from this point. I guess the teams are not eliminated, but where the teams are 52 Esports, the Dove, and the WB, they just fled that situation and they are trying to move to the ruins. And I think there must be a team that is being waiting for the players. In stage 2, we are just completely converted to the team 8 and have the 26 points. The fight for the race and the fight for the placement point is being going on. And again, guys, we are just converted to the top 8 teams, and I cannot see any of the elimination that is being coming throughout the kill feed. But the KX Sport is again being alive right now, and the stage 2 circle is being going to the stage 3, as we know. The teams are really far from each other, but I cannot see any of the momentum that is trying to come on. But the Action Esports are near with the Silent Crew. Maybe there might be any of the elimination, I guess so. But let's go and check on the Action Esports is being trapped in the situation. The Silent Crew is being rotating, and I guess so the other players should get a meetup here, and the Go Kills just get a meetup. But the 52 Esports and the D is also being engaging in themselves. 52 Esports and GT, okay, DE. And here the push of the D Esports coming towards the 52 Esports, and again they try to knock the play inside that vehicle, but it is not possible. And the Hyper and the other teams are also trying to carry on a fight, but I can see the complete elimination of any of the team that is being eliminated right now. Being not eliminated right now. And what about the Danny Sports? if they are going for the grand elimination, and I don't think that is the complete solution for the team to get out. But here, the net team, and here comes the final elimination to the 52 esports by the Dan esports. Let's go for the Asian esports, the hypers, but they don't have any player being closer to them. But if you go for the team 3, there is no any of the player being surviving. But if you go to the KEX, they're coming closer. They're coming closer. They're coming closer, guys. To the team 16 that we talk about, the engineering, I mean. We are waiting for any of the elimination that is coming throughout the team. But I cannot see. There comes the buggy by the KE Hey Young, but he is not able to knock that player. But the KEX player really come closer to the teams. And here comes the highest. The player, the case just come nearer to the highest from the team 16, and here comes the shot, but he cannot be able to knock out that player. But he can. He just really dropped a banger to the teams, and he is just really bleeded out, and his buggy is being damaged. We just converted to the top 6 teams, and sooner we are converting to the stage 5, the team top team 5. Let's wait on in this fight of the ridge and the compound area. Okay, guys, it will take time, I guess so. But here is the insane esport that is being engaging through the AC, the team 14, as you know, as the action esport, and there is the 3 player being alive right now, and completely 5 elimination is being tackled on by them. The player from the Inumi, and he just knocked out that play of the AC, and we just converted to the top 5 teams right now. Let's check out who will be the final team surviving in this situation of the angle match, and we are waiting for the next match that is being needed to be the Miramar, and we will be able to see the overall standing of today's tournament. Today's day 1, and then we have the day 2 of this event tomorrow, and we just converted to the top 9 teams. But Action Sport is trying to rotate right now, and the Action Sport is the last one player being surviving, the Action boy. But let's check what Action here will do. But that Action Sport, we're not going to leave that player, and he again just dropped in the same compound, but he's trying to go on with the elimination, as we are seeing right now. But the Action boy is really far, not that far, but in another compound. But the Action Sport is going in the situation. But the esports have the 16 elimination in this matches. They're covering up all 3 matches that they were not performing well. The 3 teams is being seen in this situation. But wait is the 4th one, guys. The top 4 teams we have, so we must have. There is a player that is being placed on in the panic room. But what about the other? The Action is trying to do some pan, but there is no any of the foot that is being spammed on by the esports coming soon with KEX. That is, we have the whole squad from the KEX. That is really amazing, and maybe the winner chicken dinner can goes to the KEX esport, as we can see the push by the KEX to the rest of the teams. Danny esports are the two players that collected 16 points. Right now, 8 and 3 completely goes for the 11 kills being done by the two players, and rest of they have the 2 and 3 elements. But here comes the knock to the Nadi from the KEX, as we are talking about, and which is compared to the top 3 teams. But we have another situation where we can collect some of the points here. The Action Sports he's just trapped in this molly, as I can see is completely eliminated. The Action Sports just completely went off, and there is the one and only player, the Asian Esport. He's trying to get some shots as the molly and the utility is being spamming. And here comes the winner and chicken dinner by the teams of the KEX that I was talking about. And we are going for the winner chicken dinner stars and somebody head to head and all the stuffs. But let's go and check on. Here is the winner chicken dinner stats of the teams of the KEX, as they have the 9 elimination right now. With that, if we talk about the Vuvu, there is the 1 elimination, Kurumi with 3, Case with 2, and Hugh Kong with 3 elimination is being placed in this match. And it was the winner chicken dinner stat. Now we're going for the player summary. And here we can see the Nadeti had the 8 elimination in this match, and the Nadeti also have the highest damage in the match, that is 994, and one grand kill is being placed on by the 52 Kiddo. And again, oh my god, 335 meter of longest elimination by the Hyper Sorkids, and the travel distance is 30 km by the Yukong. We are going for the team head to head right now. Here we can have the Danny Sports with 16 elimination, 9 elimination with the KEX, 2187 by DE total damage, and 13,090 total damage by the KEX Sport. 8 total knockout is missing by the Danny, and 4 total knockout by the KEX Sports. We are going for the math summary. As we know, there is 66 total knockout, 2 airdrop being looted, 13,925, almost 14,000 total damage being seen in this match. And again, one grand elimination, 335 meter of longest elimination, and 70 meter of 70 total elimination is being placed on this match, and 12 headshot is being dealt, 4,159 total hits being placed in this match. And we're going for the match data. Here we can see the top one. The D do have the 20 elimination, as they have a number of elimination in this match. And talk about the KEX Esports, we have the winner chicken dinner and the 19 point only. Eastern Esports with 17, Action Esports with 11, Silent Crew with 8, Twisted Mind with 8, Engineering MN with 5, and rest of the teams you can watch on by pausing on the screen. And here comes the top fraggers in a day team. We have the 8 kills, Inumi with 6, Lock with 5, Yukong with 3, and 52 Kiddo with 3 kills is being seen in this match. And it was the match fragger. We are going for the overall data. And here comes the overall data by the players. We can see the KEX Esports with 55 total point. And the two winner chicken dinner in this match is again the GS Gremlin Strom had the 48. The point gap is being used right now to the top 3 teams, Saxon Esports and others. with their respective point. You can watch on here also in the second page. Dan Esports with 26, Engineering MN with 23, MAQNA Esports with 22, 52 Esports with 21, Kabul with 20, 𝗜𝗓𝗓𝗪 with 15, and rest of the teams you can watch on by pausing your screen. And now we are going for the top overall fraggers. Well, we will be there soon. And here is the overall fragger. Right now, the overall fragger is also changed. The KHABUL elimination. In it, you'll have the 11 elimination right now. The Yummy have the 11 and the Tuke with 10. And it was the overall fraggers. Now we're going for the highlight section. Yes, guys, we're back again to our last match. That is Miramar, and you can see again our plane path just went it on. And with that, we're gonna watch on how the team's being going to be dropped in this compounds and where they are going to collect some loot or not. That is the really exciting things to watch. And but beside that, we are going to watch unlike we have the four team that missed out today last match. That is not a good point for the teams as you are purchasing slot, joining the teams. You must need to join on every matches, join on every matches and do every potential that you have for your teams. And we can see the elimination that is coming from the MAQNA Sports initially. The player is being dropped already, and there is the two teams that has been dropping on. But we have the team of the Saini Sports right now. Here we can see there is only one player this room, and here comes a knock from him. Okay, guys, here comes the elimination from the Eastern Esports right now. MAQNA Esports being available right now, but they have the two eliminations with the LPL as well. Walking on the HUNNU Esports is being carrying on some elimination. Guys, and we can see the elimination that's coming from the MAQNA Esports right now, as we have the last player that is being irritating that the team to the of the MAQNA Esports and the Eastern Esports completely vanished away right now, and we have the other teams of the GSM that is going for the elimination to the teams of, I don't remember their name, but Hotel. Hotel. Okay. Okay, guys, as we are circling on, and here comes knock to the Rosemary, I guess so, and the Rosemary is the one and only player that is being surviving in this sniping tower, and he do have that protection from the sniping tower, but I don't think that can be really enough for that player. But let's go and check what is the mostly. Hmm? Check Mitranagar. Team Indonesia have the only one player, that is Tax, and the GSM are not being waiting for the final elimination to the teams as the reflex is being knocked, but the Faisal is really at the moment where he can knock that player, the Tax, and he's coming on, and here comes the elimination to the Tax that I was waiting about. If he will enter that compound, it will be really hard for the team to eliminate. But okay, I was wrong. I was wrong. There was a window where they can peek and get a knock to that player. That was really amazing. But if you go to the silent queue, they are also trying to initiate with the players, but we just converted to the top team nines. And again, the twisted team, what they are doing, they are like knocking themselves. I don't know why. Hmm. Let's go for the team 17 that are twisted mind, and they are knocking themselves. Okay, they were trying to drop a loot in this location by damaging that loot box, that loot rock. But okay, that was really well for the team. But if you go to the HUNNU Esports, they don't have any of the elements of right now. But the dominating team, as we know at the day one, is KEX, as they have the 55 total point. And the next zone circle is coming on for the teams. Let's go and check what is the situation of the next zone shift. That is really important to watch on. And I can see the players just really went on right now, and here comes the next zone circle, as the number of players that are being outside of the playing circle is being seen right now, and the 52 esports may have the DX, the XAVIER being closer to them. Let's check to the 52 esports, as they are also trying to rotate in this moment. And there is one and only player, but the XAVIER was coming from behind. But they're just off for the loot, and the water treatment area is being covered by the XAVIER right now. For today matches, they all done really well, but we have the decider matches for tomorrow that we are going to witness on, that we are going to check on, that might be a best thing to for the players that can give a decider match who will be the champion for this tournament, and the winner chicken dinner of this tournament, who will get the $200 as the prize pool. But now, for now, the stage 2 circle is completely silent. There is no any elimination, there is no any subtle fights, there is no any placements. That is really important things to carry on. But if you go with the KEX, I can see some engagement by the players right now. The team GT, the golden tickets are trying to do some ticket off the players to the lobby. That is really amazing for the player, but the shots is being placed on by the KEX to the golden ticket. But I can see the player knocked off the KEX, as well as there is no any knock off the golden tickets. Okay, here is the Mikey Rena was knocked, but I was not sure that he is, and here is the secure of that point by the KEX, and one elimination is being registered in the book. But with that, we can see that the XAVIER Esports just right now went it through the GSM that just tackling on. But I can see that moment where the player, the XAVIER Esports, is turning down the GSM to the nil, cause it was really momentum that is being carried out, and again the GSM being trapped on this situation where the like the Xaviers can do a well elimination. But what a grenade from the GSM! I was not expecting this. And now the elimination points, just the situation just flipped on. And here comes the 1-to-1 fight that is tackling on, but the GSM goes to the kneel, and the Xavier's team are really safe here now. But here comes the team 18 as the third party to this compound. Here comes the Soya. He's trying to do some checking onto the point of view, but here comes the phase that he is trying to go inside that compound without any checkings. And let's go. Here is the grenade that is being splashed on for the elimination point, but it is not sufficient to knock out some players. And here comes the knock to the MVP. Here comes like a spray from the Soya from behind, and he's trying to make his team alive, but he's trying to support his team. But the Xavier team that just completely knocked down the player of GSM was really amazing. But there is no any window down out there. But here comes a grenade that can block, but really done damage to that player of the Team 18 that we know as the HUNNU Esports. One player is knocked, Phase was retrieving himself, and he's just retrieved. And we have the 3 players left from the Xaviers, and they have the 5 elimination here, and the Con was knocked, but he can be able to revive right now as the other teams are also being alive. So that is the point to watch on right now with the Susi. But the team GT Esports, the golden ticket, are also engaging in the fight right now here. But where do they come soon in this location as well? But we're gonna watch to the XAVIER as they completely vanished out the HUNNU Esports, and we are going for the back. We're going for the back to the GT Esports, the golden ticket, and they are getting some sort from the KE. And there is the only one player. The NJ are being alive right now. Here comes the boost by the players of the okay, we just converted to the top 6 team right now, and the next zone shift just went on, just arrived in. We're going to check soon. The Twisted Mind to have the one player being alive, but you can check on the stage 3 circle as the player is being really far from each other. That can show any of the current elimination to the teams, current engagement of the teams. But let's check on it is on off the lock. We have the CHEEZIOUS Esports being alive right now, I guess, so let's shift on them. No, CHEEZIOUS Esports just missed out the game, but the XAVIER, KHABUL, SC, and the KEX were alive right now. Where are the KEX? They are trying to go for the fight, but I can see the damaged vehicle by the 𝗜𝗡𝗕𝗟. Okay, it will take time to end up this match because the players are really being out of the contact right now with the who is Anna. Man, they might be the KHABUL. The squads. Oh my god, whole squad is being alive of the KHABUL. That is quite suspicious as they have the 4 elimination also. I think they will be the team with the winner chicken dinner, I guess so. But KHABUL squad gets a knock from the K, and again the whole lineup finished or what? And again they registered 1 kills again, but they are trying to push over the KHABUL, but they don't know the other players of the KHABUL are all alive right now, and here comes a backup to them. But you must need to read on the situation that is on to you, then you will be able to rotate or not. That is the situation. But here comes push from the KEX, or they are trying to flip the situation, or they are having a split as they are going to distract from one place and get some shot from another. So time area has been covered on. That I was talking about. They are doing the same thing to go being dominated to the player of the KHABUL esports, and the stage 3 also being shifted to the stage 4. Now the players might get closer and some fight is being carried on this match, and the fight will completely turn to the end. Top 6 team that are being available right now, and just watched on the map fade. With that, along with that, we're gonna watch on the players teams who are going to be pushed on which teams. So guys, I already told you that your first things is to like and subscribe our channel, and don't forget to hit the like button. And we will going to be back again tomorrow. That is a really decided match that is being for tomorrow. But XAVIER Esports coming closer, but with the commit with the top 5 teams. That's amazing, guys. Let's check on some of the fight is not able to knock that player. There is no any of the connection of the bullet to that vehicle, and the player among the Susi was not trying to wait, and he is going on for the elimination again and again. Players need to rotate inside the playing zone if they want to survive more, and they want any of their elimination to be collected to themselves. But with that, the team of theirs, as you know, as the silent crew, they have all the squad being available right now, and with that they have the 7 elimination being collected right now, and the team 22, as they have the 2 player, they are waiting for that, and the 52 hazard just wait for elimination, and here comes a knock and finish for the players. A third party agreement by the XAVIERs that we're talking about. The KHN just went out right now, and the team 19 just registered again. Some elimination in this book, and here comes a knock from the KEX, as there is a 2 player only, but they are outside of the zone. That is not good for the teams for the survival chance, and here comes a rotation, and they're going to hold on this location. But with that, with the KEX we're talking about, and they're trying to go toward the silent view, as the one player is knocked and he's trying to revive him, and same compound. Here is the Balaza that he is doing, and here comes the knock to the Balaza. Okay, he is saved right now. I don't know how and why, but it was really amazing. Here comes the knock by the case, but some backup fire was being delivered by the silent queues, and the Molly comes up to cover up that knock player, and 2 utilities being utilized, and as you can see, there is no any damage there. Vaji is coming. And he just went for the revive, I guess. But then we have the Wukong is trying to grenade. But really able to knock that player and eliminate instantly. But we have the Balza that is being uh, here. But the Silent Crew, they have only the two players being surviving right now. And they must be going for that compound to tackle out that player. But I can see the Suke is being late for the tackle up. But here comes shot to the Suke by the both of the teams, both of the players of the KEX Esport, and here comes a grenade by both side. And let's check who will be the player that is being knocked. And if like a bullet can be touched to the Reiki, he might get knocked. Suke and Reiki is both trying to do some of the grenade, but I think this grenade will be helpful. But he has grenade now. Shot and he is knocked right now by the player. And he gets again by the case. He is knocked right now, and here is one player who 𝗜𝗡𝗕𝗟. Let's check if he can control this momentum as the 52 esports also coming closer. Okay, here comes the final elimination by the teams. We're just converting to the top 3 players, top 3 teams. Oh shit. Shit. The play zone did a villain role for the team, and 1v2 I guess is coming on. We have the team XAVIER. We have the 2 players of the XAVIER as they collected 9 total elimination, and I think they are the team that is going to have the winner chicken dinner. Might be possible. But the team 52 esports are coming on, and he will be here holding in this compound. I don't think he will go to the players. But let's check what is the situation right now. The Japanese foot is like willingly searching that one last single player, but I don't think they will find him in this outer zone, and they must need to travel on when the source is being delivered by the 52 esport. Let's check what he will do. Uh okay. The visibility is being placed on to the Hazello. I don't think the 52 Esports Hazello will do on any of the nonsense fire that can attract that team closer to him, and the collection of 10 placement point will be will be lost by him. But he's trying to do that same mistake. He can wait for that. He can wait for that another next zone shift. He can wait for the next zone shift, but he's not waiting. What he's doing, guys, he's trying to climb up to the roof, but it shows the clear broadcast to the teams, clear visibility to the teams. And here comes the spray from the Susi, but it is not that much effective that he can knock the player. But the Hazalu have no option rather than skipping the situation, as the team 10 are not going to wait. Okay, 52 is first. The 52 Hazello is trying to, but here comes a good grenade, and it is the last moment for the 52 esports, and the winner becomes the Xavier that I was talking about. And here we are going for the stats of this matches, and this will be end for today. And we will be good to go for today matches, and we'll be back tomorrow. And here comes the winner chicken dinner start. As you can see on that, the Dingoes, Xavier, have the 10 elimination as the total, and the XOC have 5. Con with 5, we with 0, and X-Bar with 0. We are going for the player summary. And here we have the SC Reiki with 6 elimination, 923 elimination from the Reiki. Okay, 923 damage, total damage from the Reiki. And again, the Susi to have the grenade kill of 2, and the kill distance, the longest kill distance to be tackled on this 329-meter. With that, there is travel distance of 12 kilometer, almost 13 kilometer by the Balza of the Silent Crew. And it was the player summary. We are moving toward the team head to head right now. We have the Xavier with 10 elimination, and again the Silent Crew do have the 10 elimination. These teams do have the total elimination of 10, but you can see there is some gap in the difference, some difference in the total damage of the players, like 1193 by the Xavier and 1722 by the Silent Crew, 3694 total heals, 1184 total heals by the Silent Crew, and 6 and 7 knockout being placed on. There is the match summary of this match is, it says like 65 total knock in this match, Miramar, 2 airdrop being looted, 12,815 total damage, 3 grenade elimination, 329 meter of long distance elimination, 61 total elimination being placed on, and 13 headshot is being dealt, 4,582 total hills is being going on these matches. And if you go for the match data here, we can see that the Xavier do have the 20 point of view in this match as 10 placement and 10 elimination. Silent Crew with 14 kicks, with KX with 12, 52 Esports with 11, Kabul with 7, Twisted Mind with 7, Golden Ticket with 4, Team Indonesia with 4, and the rest of the points you can watch on by pausing your screen. We're going for the maths fraggers. Here we can see the SC Reiki with 6 elimination, Case with 5, Con with 5, Susi with 5, and Hazelo with 4. The last man is standing. And we're going for the overall data, guys. Okay, here comes the overall data. The KEX Esport with the 67 total points. The GR Zermelin Strom with 51. XN Esports with uh, XN Esports. Okay, here's the second page, which goes like team. The top 9 teams to have the 28 elimination right now. 28 points in this match is. And Asian Esports with 27, Engineering MN with 26, Kabul with 26, MAQNA Esports with 26, Danny Esports with 26. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 teams do have the 26 elimination only, and the LF Lovins, they have the 12 point been collected in this 5 matches. And with that, the Twisted Mind with 9, Beauty and Gangster with 7, and 5 Miracles with 2 points only. And we are waiting out for the first phase as we need to watch on the rest of the points. And here comes the first phase. 67 by KEX Esports, Germany Strom with 51, Exxon with 46, Team Indonesia with 44, Silent K with 41, Golden Ticket with 40, Desire with 35, 52 Esports with 32 point is being seen in this matches. And here comes the overall fragger of this matches, and then we will good to go for this matches, guys. And here comes the overall fragger, the case with 19 elimination, Jitax with 13 elimination, Reiki with 22 from the Silent Crew. Silent Crew SC Suki with 11 elimination. Again, the Hango Kill do have the 11 elimination for today matches. And it is the in for today matches. We will be good to go right now. So, guys, take care. Good night and bye bye. It is the end for today. And we will be back for tomorrow with the same energy and the same players being fighting on in front of you. practicing on, and gathering some new skills. Bye bye. Good night. Take care.